Hey guys, in this tutorial we're going to carry on from the Launchpad one that we did last time. So what we did in that was we created these flashing little pad thingamabobs that when you walk over them they launch you up in the air. And at the end of the tutorial we created this little volume over here in the level blueprint. When you overlap that, it activated one of the pads like that was previously inactive. So what we're going to do today is just real quick, instead of setting up stuff in the level blueprint like this to activate a pad, we're going to create a simple little pickup that when the player gets it, they'll know that it'll activate a launch pad somewhere in the game. And you can reuse that so that you can put them anywhere and you won't have to set it up in the level blueprint every single time. So down here where we've got the Launchpad folder that we had last time, just create a new actor, a new blueprint class, new actor, and we're going to call this pad activator, just like that. Let's just add in a static mesh to start with, and that can be a material sphere, just to visually represent the pickup. So that can just be 0.5 scale. Add component, we're going to go sphere collision, and when the player overlaps this collision it'll pick up the object and it'll activate the pad. So maybe make that about 150, that's probably a good size. And then parent that, attach that to the static mesh, and then drag the static mesh, I'll change the Z to maybe 100, just like that, or 150, so that it's floating above the thing down there. So what that'll look like in the game is you'll be able to just drag these guys in and they'll just look like that. Turn your snapping off, and the little white actor thing should be right at the bottom of should snap right to the floor. So that's what the pickup will look like, just like that. That might be a bit high, so I'm just going to drop that down to 100, and that should look pretty good. And we'll make that look fancy in a second, but let's do the functionality. So get rid of all of this. What we're going to do first is off of sphere, add event on begin overlap. In other actor, type in third person character, because we only want this to fire when it overlaps with the third person character. And then what we're going to do after that is we're going to add a new variable down here, and this is going to be called Launchpad to activate, like that. And that's going to be, if you change the type, we're going to change that to an actor. So go object types, actor, object reference, like that. Compile and save, and then that needs to be public down there like that. So then what we're going to do is off of that, drag that in. We're going to say cast to Launchpad BP, like that. And this is the Launchpad in particular that we're talking about, hooked up to the object, which we're going to have to manually set in the world, which we'll get to in a second. And off of that, we're going to say activate pad. That was the event that we set up in the Launchpad blueprint. So after that's done, we might as well spawn a sound to let the player know that something's happened. So we could say spawn sound 2D, just like that. And that sound could just be, I think I had a pretty sound in here somewhere. Yeah, something like that. I guess I could put a link to that in the description. But you can use any sound that you want. We could also have an emitter or something, but I can't be bothered doing that. Let's just say, after that, we're going to say destroy actor self. So after it spawns the sound, it's just going to disappear. Okay, that should be all for that. So let's actually go and see if this works. So we got this one in here right now. Launchpad to activate. Click on the little eyedropper thing like that, and then we need to select one. So let's just select, well, we'll select this guy over here actually, because he's inactivated. So he's selected now, and let's see if this works. So over here, if we walk on that, you can see that it's inactivated, and if I walk over the pickup, activated, boom. Okay, and we could do that for any of them. So these ones are already all activated, but I could drag this one over here, copy that, and I could make you start active set to false, like that. So if I'm in the game, now he's not activated, doesn't do anything. But if I click on you Well, let's actually add another one in. So we'll put this guy. So for example, like maybe in your level you want to hide this like all the way over here, near this big scary dude. Sorry, I need to set that up actually. So I need to click on the eyedropper and then click on this pad over here because we wanted to activate him. So now if I'm in here, you got to go over here, get that pickup, got it, escape the scary man, and now this is activated so that I can go over here and then fall to my death. Yay. That's it basically. That's the basic tutorial how to make a little activating thing. You could make it a lot prettier if you wanted. That's the end of the tutorial, but if you wanted to make it look a bit neater, you could go static mesh like this, and you could say set actually, you know, we don't need to do that in the construction script. Let's just set it up here. Let's just set the material to Launchpad M like that, and then actually no, we will need to do it in the construction script. So we'll say create dynamic material instance. This is what we did in the last tutorial to set up the colors for the pad. And then in source material, Launchpad M, set vector parameter value, and we're also going to want set the scalar parameter value as well. I got a feeling my computer's going really slow. Hopefully the video looks alright. The first one's going to be color, the second one's going to be intensity. Oops, I forgot to add the Y. Intensity, and then the color, promote to local variable, we can just call that color, not local variable, just variable, and we got intensity over here just like that, intensity, and we can make both of those public like that, but also give them a default. So go to activator thing above up there, pad activator, and then in your default set the color to, I don't know, red. That's just the default, and the intensity to maybe 10, just like that. So now they look a little bit more enticing. I don't like the red. I'm going to go blue. So now they look a bit more enticing. And we could make them like bob up and down or like rotate or something like that as well, but maybe we'll leave that for another one. You could add a particle system to it. That'd be a quick way to make it look a little bit cooler. I guess if we've got a cool stock particle system, which I don't think we do. I mean, you can make it smoke or steam or something. That'll look kind of cool. Yeah, that's alright. So you could put that up to about 100 like that, so it's in the center. Parent that to the static mesh. And what we could also do is we could add in a light. So we could go point light. So this will light up the fog. So attach that to the static mesh as well. But bring that up there like that. And then what we could do in the event graph, in the construction script, is after we've set up the material, we could drag in the point light like this, and we could say set color like that, and then what we'll set the color to is the same color as the other thing, just like that. So if I, yeah, so that looks pretty, doesn't it? Look at that. Looks like it does something. You see that in the world, you're like, that's cool. Oh shit, there's a guy. And then we collect it, and then the pad's activated. Boom. Beautiful. And if you wanted to, you could make these have random colors as well. Just copy the same method that I used for the Launchpad. That can be your homework if you're interested. You can make these all have random colors. But that's it for that one, guys. I'm going to leave that there. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next one.